Welcome to Aligned for Success podcast, where we help chiropractors create practices that truly serve their life's vision. I'm your host, Dr. Nikki, and I'm here to show you how to break free from stagnation, grow your practice, and rediscover the joy of why you became a chiropractor to begin with. Whether you're looking to boost your revenue, spend more time with family, or simply enjoy practice life again, you're in the right place. Let's align your path to success. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Aligned for Success. Today, I have another just quick solo episode for you guys, and I really wanted to hit on two things, and they've come from my conversations with people over the past few weeks, and honestly, just some things I've been seeing, and maybe even a little bit of frustration that I've been experiencing as well. So both of these things that I want to talk to you guys about today, they came from two of my old coaches, and they were really the first ones who made me start to look internally at who I was as a person and why I did the things that I did. So the first concept is that money likes to move. Now, I want to tell you guys a really quick story. And if you guys don't know, I went to Paris this year at the end of February for my 40th birthday. I went with my husband and my daughter, and we literally had less than 3 full days in Paris because that's just what I do. I take super fast trips, and somehow I was like, I can make Paris a long weekend trip. Well, I really, really loved it, and I wanted to go back. And so this time I was like, I'm going to go back, but I'm not going to go with my kids. Sorry, Hazel. And it's going to be for Labor Day weekend, and I'm going with a girlfriend. So me and my friend Leslie planned a trip to Paris, and I'm flying through Atlanta, which is her home airport. And so I've been checking obsessively for the Delta One upgrade flights, because on my way home from Paris last time, I did upgrade to Delta One. And it's unfortunate because once you fly Delta One, it's kind of you really can sit in economy. And that might make me sound ridiculous, but it's just a very nice way to travel. So anyway, I have been looking at these upgrade prices nonstop, all day, every day. And the prices have been super high. So I'm just all right, I have a number in mind. And when it drops below that, I'm going to pull the trigger. So I checked over the weekend randomly, and the upgrade price was right below what my budget was. And so I texted my friend. It was a holiday weekend, and I was like, Leslie, let's go upgrade to Delta One. And she didn't end up doing it. And so I did. And she was like, dude, why didn't you wait for confirmation from me? And I simply said, this is just who I am as a person. And so I never really wait for permission for anyone to buy something that I want to do, or literally just jump straight in without even really thinking it through. Obviously, I thought it through. I'd have been checking nonstop for literally weeks. And so when it became available, I knew that it was time to do that. So long story short, I made the upgrade and my friend did not. She was on a golf course. That is totally understandable. She was busy. A few hours later, she texted me and said, Nikki, my upgrade price is gone. And I was like, dude, that is why when you see an opportunity, you have to take it. You can't just wait around for it to still be there hours later, the next day, or even in a couple of months. Now, you guys know that we are starting 90-day sprint in 2 days. Today is Monday, 2 days before we launch. And I have talked to a lot of y'all that are I might just wait for the next round. So I know Stephanie very well. And I also, you don't know when the next one is going to be. So she's got a lot of stuff going on in her personal life and her professional life. And I think it's just kind of silly to wait and not jump in while the opportunity is still there. Because just like a flight upgrade, you just literally never know when things are going to be there and when they're simply not. Now, I'm not hinting at anything that the 90-day sprint is going anywhere because I don't know that. I just know that when you see opportunities in life, you have to jump in both feet, and money likes to move. And so this has always been compared to me as like a swamp. And so swampy water is stagnant water. And so it's not moving. And when that happens, it gets bugs and mosquitoes and it gets like really disgusting. But money that's moving is free flowing and beautiful. And so when we spend our money, money always returns. And so the more you practice this concept, the easier it is to start to understand that if I invest into myself, into this program, this money will come back to me, not just what I invested, but above and beyond that. Now, I'm not saying that we should spend our money recklessly. I have been there, done that. What I am saying, though, is that the best investment you can make is into yourself. And so even Steph always says the best ROI is you. And so you are the return on the investment. So if there is something that you have been putting off, and I am not just talking about a coaching program, I'm talking about anything. Is there something that you've been wanting to start that you haven't? Is it an exercise program? Is it traveling? Is it just switching your hours at your job? Whatever it might be, whatever it is that you've been putting off, I want you guys to really sit and reflect on that and just ask yourself why. What is stopping me? And what is the potential that could happen if I just actually do this? So if I just make the leap and do it. The second concept is that the world is a mirror. And so everything that we like or dislike about ourselves or the people that we work with or the people that we serve is ultimately a reflection of ourselves. Now, it is the week before a launch, and so it's been super busy inside of the Wealthy Practitioner. And there was a list of people who had applied for mentorship with TWP, and it was like, they're not sure of their next steps. So I reached out to all of these people via text message, which is really like, it's not a phone call. It's just a text. It's really easy to respond to. And I sent about 20 texts and I only had one person respond to me. So I got ghosted by close to 20 people. And it's also just a matter of reflection. So I started thinking, when's the last time I ghosted someone? When's the last time that I did this to my patients or to my friends or to my family? And I would like to think that I've just simply never ghosted someone, but I bought a coaching program last year and I never did one thing. I bought it and I just disappeared. So anytime that something is happening in our lives, we really need to sit and reflect of what am I doing? What am I projecting to literally put this out into the universe, and why am I getting more of it? So nobody likes to be ghosted. If you guys are stuck, if you're stagnant, look in the mirror and simply ask yourself, what behaviors am I portraying? Am I putting out into the universe that I don't want people to do to me? So if you're not showing up for things, if you're not holding your commitments, y'all, also, I cannot even tell you how many people with businesses can't maintain a freaking calendar. It is really tricky and it's really tough. But if you want a business, you have to literally be obsessed with your calendar. You have to know what's on there. You have to know what's happening. And you have to show up for the commitments that you've made, not just to yourself, but whoever this invitation was with. And so if your patients are no-showing you, if you're just dealing with a bunch of kind of rough, bad people that you don't really do your best work with, look in the mirror, sit down and think, what kind of actions am I doing that are bringing these people and these situations into my life? And so then once we identify those, we can work on changing the way that we're acting, the way that we're showing up. And ultimately, this will make a huge difference in how other people start to show up in your life. So what I want you guys to do today is write down, so from these two lessons, what is one thing that you have been putting off investing into yourself? So again, this could be something physical. This could have to do with your family, your spouse, your practice, whatever it is. What is something that you've been wanting to do that you've been putting off, and why? And also, what could happen if you actually took the leap? What are the possibilities that this opportunity could bring you? And number two is What is happening in your life where people are mirroring things that you're doing that you simply don't want to do anymore? So, am I showing up late? Am I ghosting people? Am I not showing up as my best self? So, write those things down. Let's get to the heart of why we're truly not getting to the point where we want to in our business. And because, guys, everything ultimately that is a business problem is deep down, it's a personal problem. And so we have to fix who we are at the core of it before we can even start to work on our business. So if you guys are on the fence about 90 Day Sprint, we kick off on a Wednesday, June 3rd. And so please use this as your last opportunity to just take the leap. If you guys have any questions about it or any other wealthy practitioner programs, if you're not sure if they're for you, please just shoot me a DM on Instagram. I am happy to answer any questions that you have. And I will also say, just being in coaching programs, I ask all of our guests, what's one decision you've made that has helped align your life for success? For me, it's been taking all of these leaps and getting to the next level. If this resonated with you guys, please share on social media and please ask me any questions that you may have about our next round of 90 Day Sprint. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to Aligned for Success. If today's episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe and leave a review. This helps other chiropractors find their way to practice freedom too. Remember, true success comes from when your practice aligns with your life's purpose. Until next time, I'm Dr. Nikki, reminding you that a thriving practice and a fulfilling life go hand in hand. See you next week.